Let's talk how to smartly make more money day trading stocks. And in all actuality, this principle here that I'm going to talk about, this strategy, can be used in cryptocurrency, can be used in Forex or options or whatever. So it's not just stocks, but I think a lot of people that watch this channel probably are doing stocks, so I'm just going to relate it to that. And before we get to it though, hey, check out the t-shirts. Go to the link that's up on the screen. They're 20 bucks. It includes shipping. We have sizes for everybody. So definitely if you want to help support the channel, I personally thank you for doing that. But grab yourself a t-shirt. They're actually really nice, good material. And you get a cool little thank you note for my kids if you buy one because they're helping me with the project. So definitely go check it out. But let's talk about, all right, how do you want to make more money, but do it in a smart way? And this happens all the time. All the time I see people doing it. I did it. And a little bit of background here. The channel started it back in 2013. Started my site, claytrader.com, education business back in 2013. So I just bring that up where I have a lot of data points. I have a lot of people that I've seen doing this, and I understand, right? If you're getting into trading, if you're getting into investing, odds are you are an ambitious person. You hold yourself to high standards, you demand excellence, and you want to get things done. You are a hustler, you are a grinder. You're going to do what needs to be done. Let's go. Let's get to it. That's going to be your frame of mind, which is great, which is very beneficial. However, in this regard, it can be very dangerous. And I guess I can't say all the time because I don't have that data point, and all the times that I've seen, it ultimately backfires. And I want to just start things off with, and maybe you've heard this, but I'll tie it in. But if you wanted to boil a frog in water, without the frog knowing that it's being boiled to death, how would you do that? Right? Well, Clay, yeah, I've heard this analogy before, and that's you're supposed to just crank up the heat slowly. Okay, crank it up a little bit more slow. Crank it up a little bit more, but do it slowly. And then before you know it, the water's at a boil, the frog's chilling, hanging out in there, and it gets boiled without even realizing that it's happening. And that's what you want to do to yourself as a trader. It's not pleasant. It is actually painful. And I'll explain how it's painful, but it's painful in a very beneficial sense. So as traders, of course, over here is the end goal, right? You want to make money, but in all actuality, it's got to be worthwhile money, right? You're not here to sit there and trade for, 3, 4, 5 hours a day and then walk away with, 20 bucks. Right, that's obviously not worthwhile. Your time would be better spent in other areas. So yes, the goal is to make money. True, but worthwhile is the ultimate actual goal. But you don't start off making worthwhile money. When you start off, odds are you're going to lose money. And Clay, I'm 3 for 3 right now. Okay, you're going to ultimately start to lose money, and that's why risk management, all that is. But that's very important. But that's outside the scope of this video. But my point is that's where you want to go. And you're going to be somewhere right here. So we're going to have, Tom the trader. And yes, he does want to get over to make worthwhile money. But before you can get to worthwhile money, you know what? Tom just needs to get to this point. Make money. Now you may be saying, Clay, what are you talking about? This doesn't make any sense. True, but let me put in another word down here. Consistent. Right? Let's just see if Tom can make consistent money. Now, what is going to be that consistent money amount? That's going to vary from person to person because everybody's going to start off with different amounts of money. But just for this, let's say, you know what, Tom, let's see if you can average $50 per day. And I say average because nobody's perfect. There will be losing trades. There will be losing days along the way. That's just how trading works. But let's just see if you can make $50 average per day. Now, is $50 per day on average worthwhile money? No, probably not. It's not going to be worthwhile money. I'm going to sit there in front of my computer for all this time and I'm going to walk away with $50? No, that's okay. But again, we're trying to get over here. At this point in the journey, it's not about worthwhile money. It's just about consistency. But once Tom gets to $50 average per day, and let's just say, and I'm making this up, but he's trading with 100 shares. Okay, so now, but with 100 shares, Tom is now making $50 per day. Well, now what happens? What's the next stage? Well, we're going to boil that frog. And what do you do to the frog where you make it notice that it's not being boiled? You go slowly. So in this situation, we're going to focus on these numbers. This is how it needs to be done. And this is also where it's painful as a trader. In this situation, I want Tom to now do 125 shares. Maybe even 110. But here is the question that you need to ask yourself as a trader. So in determining this amount right here, how many shares, what position size, right here. Actually, let's drop this down. This is the key question. How do I feel? Meaning, when you take this next step and raise up the position size, if you're feeling nervous, if you're feeling awkward, if you're feeling anything at all, in other words, if you notice that the heat has been turned up, aka your position size has risen, you've done it too much. You need to raise this amount so small that you don't even notice it's happened. So when you're sitting there trading, you feel the exact same way that you did when you were doing 100 shares. And why do you care about that feeling? Well, because that feeling has now produced consistency. But if you have a different feeling, then it's now an apples and oranges situation. You're no longer trading the same. Well, but Clay, I'm using the same strategy. True, but you don't feel the same because your mind is thinking, oh man, this is crazy. And what do most people do? Again, this goes back to you're ambitious, you're a grinder hustler. Most people are like, hey, you know what? Got it with 100 shares, let's go up to now 500 shares. That's a huge difference. Yeah, those wins can be bigger, but those losses can also be way bigger, and it's gonna screw with your psychology. You're gonna feel different, and that difference is just not gonna work out. It might work out for a while, but eventually it's gonna catch up to you. And again, I've been there many times, other people have been there many times, because as an ambitious person, you wanna get to it, you wanna get over here. That's the goal. Because I'm ambitious, let's make it happen. Let's make that worthwhile money. Nobody wants to sit there and be like, wait, go to 100 shares to just 125 or maybe just 110? What? I'm never going to get to worthwhile money. Yes, you will. Yes, you will, because it'll be amazing how at that share size, you'll prove, okay, hey, I'm getting consistency. And you'll notice, hey, I'm actually averaging more than $50 per day. Now, maybe it's just $60 a day. Maybe it's $65 a day, but the consistency is still there. And then, okay, well, let's go up to 150 shares, whatever it is. Okay, how do I feel? Okay, feel the same. And then all of a sudden that number's at $75, $80 a day. And okay, well, let's go. And it's going to go. But before you know it, now, of course, not going to happen overnight. You're going to be sitting there, and that's going to be $300, $400, $500, maybe even more. Again, it takes time, but you have to boil yourself very, very slowly. So you are a frog, and you are trying, but you're going to feel the pain. You're going to feel the pain in the sense of, I feel like I'm not making any progress because I'm barely increasing this. But you are making huge progress in the sense of you are getting more position size. And before you know it, you're going to be at much better numbers. So over here, go slow. And I understand it's one thing to say, okay, to say go slow, but how do you go slow? Well, that's right here. How do you feel? And I'm telling you, if you feel different at all, and don't lie to yourself. All right, I lie to myself all the time. I say, oh no, I feel the same as beads of sweat, or like, I lift up my shirt, I got pit stains. It's like, oh, but I feel the same. Don't be like me, all right? If you're nervous, if you feel a little bit more, if you feel stress, if you feel discomfort all of a sudden with this new position size, oh, it's okay. You're human. Back the position size down. If you're doing options, back the contract size down. Options, see it all the time. People are trading with one contract. All right, I'm consistent with one contract. Time to go up to 5. It's like, oh, that's such a big jump. How about just go to 2 contracts and then 3 contracts, okay? Options, anything with contracts that you're trading is very easy. Start with 1, then go to 2, then go to 3, right? So on and so forth. And before you know it, you're gonna be up at 10 contracts and you're gonna be feeling the same and those numbers are gonna grow. But if you go to 1 to 3, 1 to 5, you're boiling yourself, but problem is you're gonna feel yourself boiling and it's just not gonna be a good situation. So how do you make more money smartly? You boil yourself slowly, and you figure that out by how do I feel, and probably, I am going to add that just because it's important. Don't be like me. Be honest with yourself, right? Don't lie to yourself and say that, oh, I feel fine when you don't actually feel fine, because it's not it's just going to end badly, okay? So be honest in answering that question. So hopefully this helps. Hopefully this gives you an approach. Maybe you've been trying to scale up and you're like, what's going on? You're just going too fast. Go so slow that you don't even notice that it's happening, and that's going to put you eventually in the spot that you want to be. So if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoy these kind of little tips and tricks videos, hit that like button. Please leave a comment below if you have any other sort of ideas or suggestions. I love to hear from you as listeners, so definitely do that. And again, check out the t-shirts. Go to the link, clayterry.com/gear, and sizes for everybody, and your support to the channel is very much so appreciated. So yeah, get out there, make more money, but make more money as a day trader smartly. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.